Hey guys, it's Ashley, also known as Shortcake. I'm sorry I took some time on making this other video. I've been trying to think of what to make this video about. I mean, I have a couple ideas, but instead of just jumping right into my experiences now being pregnant and with friends and all that kind of stuff and like all the excitement of like getting ready for the baby, I thought I'd backtrack a little bit to when I first found out I was pregnant because you guys should know the backstory or at least bits and pieces of it, right? So I found out when I was pregnant. I found out I was pregnant when I was 6 weeks pregnant. I did not know, clearly. I'm over here thinking my period is late. It does this. It's nothing new to me. But my boyfriend was not convinced. So he made me take a test. I took it twice, but the first time I found out when I found out I was pregnant, I only took the test once. But later on in the night, I wanted to take it again just to make sure I wasn't like reading it wrong or losing my mind. So I took the test and it said positive. It was kind of a very emotional time because we didn't know what to do. Clearly, your first thing is never ever to want to hurt your baby or to abort it or not to keep it. You're always, when you find out you're pregnant, you're supposed to be happy and like joyful and like know that you're ready for it. Me being 18, gonna be 19 next Saturday, and Zamp being 20 at the time and just gonna be turning 21 in November, we're young. We weren't at a point in our life where we were stable or like had ourselves all together. We were still working on ourselves personally and working on our relationship together and just trying to get our money up and make things work and like stay on the right track. So in the beginning, we kept it a secret. Only me and him knew. I told a friend or two because I needed support. Excuse me. I'm sorry. I needed support. So we had talked about it and we came up with we weren't going to keep it. Not because we didn't want the baby, but because we knew at that time we were not in the right environment for a baby. We were not financially stable for a baby. We were still working and just trying to get to where we wanted to be. And a baby is not a setback, but it does delay you doing some stuff that you have your heart set out to do. So I made an appointment at Planned Parenthood. Yeah, Planned Parenthood, and I was gonna have an abortion. I'm not okay with abortions. I don't believe in them. No, I no, I can't do it. So don't think that decision was easy. We discussed it a lot and we came up with that. So we continued on about our life. That week I went to school. I don't go to school no more. I went to work. I worked at Costco. He went to work. He worked at Moe's, and we did our everyday routine. It was an everyday routine kind of for him. For me, on the other hand, I suffer with depression, so it wasn't an everyday thing for me. I kept having that thought in the back of my head of what if, or what if I'm making the wrong decision, or can I really do this, or can I put myself through this, can I put him through this? So I still had the appointment, and every day after work I had to come home and break down. Sometimes he didn't know about it, or sometimes it'd be so bad where I'd have to call him at work because I was scared with the thoughts in my head. I was scared just in general. So we talked it out more, and I told him we're gonna be okay. We're both very independent people, and yeah, our parents or our family might not know right now, but when we tell them, I feel like they'll be supportive. Because the last thing anybody wants is to go through an abortion. That not only affects the couple, but it affects the mother the most because she's the one who's actually going through it and knows she had a life in her and now it's gone. So we decided that we were going to keep the baby after talking about it. My appointment wasn't scheduled like real close. It was like 3 weeks. I had like 3 weeks. So my dad kept asking like my friends, is Ashley pregnant? Is Ashley pregnant? Mind you, we talk very quietly, so he wouldn't have known. But one day I called him, or I texted him when I was at work, and I was like, do you think you could bring me a quesadilla home because I'm hungry and I leave work soon? He works at a deli. He thought it was a craving. So he automatically, she's pregnant, she's craving stuff, this and that. I was pregnant and I just wanted some good food, but that doesn't mean I'm pregnant just because I want a certain kind of food. I could have been on my period. I could have just wanting a quesadilla. So he texted me because he was out with his girlfriend, and he was like, you know, you're my daughter and you can tell me anything and I love you no matter what, this and that. So I went to Zant and I was like, he knows. I didn't tell him, but my dad knows everything. So after a while, I decided to tell him, and he said he knew it, and he asked what we were going to do. I told him what our original plan was, and he said, if you get rid of this baby, you have to get out of my house. Me and Zant rented a room downstairs. Said, you have to get out of my house. I told Zant that, but that's not what made us change our minds. Our minds were already changed before he told me that. So I told him we're keeping the baby, but that was a thought that had gone through our heads. So he said he's going to be there for me no matter what. He's my daughter. I'm his daughter. He's my father. So it went, I guess you could say it went kind of smoothly. My mom and siblings found out through somebody I no longer talk to, which will not be brought up, but it was not the right way for them to find out whatsoever. So there was a lot of drama between that time period because of the person we hung around who lied a lot. So once that person got out of our lives, everything became a lot better. But my mom and siblings ended up finding out like a week or two after. I kept going to work, but when I worked at Costco, the minimum weight to lift is 20 to 25 pounds. So I kept lifting, going about my day, not thinking of anything. I'd get really bad cramps and really bad pain, and I'd start bleeding. So I had to go to the hospital like maybe 2 or 3 times because of it. I got a doctor's note stating I could not lift more than 10 pounds because I had a threatened miscarriage. I almost lost the baby a couple times. So I gave them the note, and they weren't the greatest about it. It's Costco. So I decided, well, me and Anthony already had a plan to leave where we were living, to go somewhere where it's just us and it'd be a better environment and all that kind of stuff. So our original plan had not worked out, so we had a plan B. We were going to move to my aunt's, which we live right now. We rent and all that kind of stuff. So I texted my aunt and I told her about everything, and plus there was not many doctors down in North Brunswick that took my insurance, and I wouldn't be able to see like a regular doctor or a doctor for the baby. It was just a big old mess. So I told her what Costco was doing, and she didn't like it. So she's like, no, come live with me. Zan can find a job over here and you can rest and all this and that. So that's what we did. I'm kind of skipping ahead a little bit, but that's what we did. We left North Brunswick and moved an hour away. Not telling you guys where. Some of you know because you're my friends, but not telling you guys where. We moved. We're doing good. I feel like there's no negativity. We're together. We're building ourselves stronger as a couple, and this baby, I feel, brought us together. So everything is not exactly falling into place, but it's slowly but surely falling into place. Everything it takes time and effort and stuff, but we're gonna be okay. Xan's the only one working at the moment because, as you can tell from just talking, I can barely breathe. My heart rate sitting down will be just 108 alone. I'm sitting, not doing a single thing. And some days it's extremely hard to get out of bed or walk or anything. So I'm here where I'm not forced to work. Where I kind of had no choice but to work. Trust me, it's not like me not to work, and I feel horrible about it, and like I feel like there's so much stress on Zant, but he's okay with it. He doesn't want me hurting myself or this baby because I did have a couple of miscarriages. So I'm not the strongest when it comes to, I guess, being pregnant because of the fact that my health is so bad. But overall, I think we're doing a good job. We're trying to get to where we need to be. And after all the drama and stress, I'm pregnant with a beautiful baby boy. And yeah, we're happy. So I thought I just will share with you guys a little bit of the past, a little bit of backstory about when we found out. So that's that. But do me a favor, subscribe, like this video, comment maybe what you guys want to see next or questions or anything, and I'll get to it. Love you guys.